And we're live. We're live.
We're live.
Live. Hello, everyone. Hello from Australia. Welcome to the webinar. This call is with myself, Diane Hockman, and Lisa Grossman, and we're going to be sharing with you all about the new Ripplen app and why it's getting everyone excited. I think Diane just informed me there's over 150,000 people already taken on invites and ready to share this app, so I'm excited to see when it comes on board. And yeah, so we're just going to kind of chat a little bit tonight and share some different stories on what people are doing to invite people, and why you want to get on board and why you want to start inviting people too, even if you think you're not, you don't know that many people, or you might just know the right person that knows a lot of people, and that's all it's about. So I want to welcome Diane Hockman on my left. Well, she's on my left, so I don't know where she is on your side. And Lisa Grossman. And we've all got our reading glasses on because we're getting old. And Lisa Grossman on my right. And yeah, well, let's get started and start sharing what's happening with this Ripplen app and why it's so exciting.
Jenny, do you want to toss to me or do you want to toss to Lisa first? Which do you prefer?
Diane, let's go with you first, and then we'll get Lisa and Curtis on.
Well, hey, everybody. We did turn on the chat, so if any of you guys want to give a shout-out there in the chat, you certainly can. I see Carol saying hi. Guys, feel free to chat in there, but I'm really excited to be here. I've been in this industry for 13 years, and I've done a lot of interesting things. I've worked, let me take these are reflecting a little. I've done a lot of interesting things. I've worked with a lot of interesting people. I've spanned traditional network marketing as well as internet marketing, direct response, mail order, all kinds of different things. But this is the first time that I'm seeing something like this where I like to phrase it as when worlds collide. We have traditional network marketing professionals with, many year-long track records like Lisa will introduce in a moment. We have young, I call them the young whippersnapper internet dudes going wild. And then we have all these marketing professionals in the middle, and everybody's coming together behind one movement, and that is the app movement. And it is the new horizon. It is what I feel is going to be the big wave to sweep not just this industry, but it's going to sweep the whole world, because, I mean, just go down to any mall, any store, any supermarket, and what do you see? Everybody's on their cell phone. Everybody's on their smartphone. And what if you can get paid for your whole network of people that you introduce into this incredible community? What if you could earn income based upon the ripples? Imagine throwing a stone into a pond and it creates a ripple. Well, you're creating a ripple every single day on social media and the different networks you have. What if you could get paid for that ripple time and time again? And that's what we're talking about here. And I want to bring on one of my it's funny because I'm sitting here going, she's one of my best friends in the world, and I've only known her for a short period of time, but we met.
And we've known each other forever. You just hadn't shown up yet.
Exactly. We met, it was kismet, and I felt I knew her for my whole life. And I'm going to bring Lisa Grossman in. Lisa, I want you to tell them the story. How did you come to work with Ripplen, and what brought you here? Because quite frankly, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be doing this.
Well,
you have been.
It depends on how you define need, because I am a Star Trekker, and I'm always attracted to that which hasn't been done before. When I said never again, I meant unless there was something that hadn't been done before that was very, very compelling. I got here because I've been involved with the team, at least the core team, and other people have joined the team, and as you said, when worlds collide, but the network marketing side of the team that provides the global infrastructure to be able to make this project possible for about the last dozen years. And I know that they know how to execute and execute well, because their ability to do that is the reason that I've had the kind of success that I've had the last 12, 13 years since I got involved with them. Because Diane, you've been a marketer for a long time. And we go out and we tell a story. And we're either a prophet, if the story comes true, or not so much if it doesn't. Well, and we have no control over that. When you go out and you share a story, you tell people about the future of what's going to be in this industry. If you're the voice, you have no control over whether the people behind the curtain can actually deliver and execute. And we've helped a great many companies. My partner and I have been around the industry a long time, and there are a lot of beautiful ideas to come up that are developed by wonderfully incompetent people who don't know that they're incompetent until they're in the middle of the thing that they've involved the world in, only to discover that they didn't have the ability to execute. And I know this team can. So that was enough to make me seriously think that I would help from the back end, ideas and things. Getting involved, like I've gotten involved, it's the most fun I've ever had in a long time. This gamification, this ability to actually go out and create the neighborhood. The coolest neighborhood on the phone, I guess, through the web, hopefully. And not have to tell people what they need to buy or what they need to do. Just get the coolest people in the neighborhood together and let the banners and the billboards in the neighborhood dictate ultimately what they do. And if you just want to hang out in the neighborhood and be cool and play at the basketball court and sit in the stands and be a fan, that's cool. If you want to get in the game and monetize it, that's cool too. But I don't have to go out and tell people which one of those they have to be. I just have to go out and get them on a platform using the coolest communication app. And people want to know why it's going to be the coolest communication app. And I'm going to tell you, it's not because of the technology. The app will be competitive. It'll probably work about the same as 25 other communication apps on the marketplace. But there's two things about this one that are going to make it drastically different. One is that everybody that's cool, hopefully, if we do our job well, that's where they're going to be talking. So it's technology. From a technology standpoint, MySpace was very cool, but why would you be there? There's nobody to talk to. And then there's Facebook, which is, wasn't so technically brilliant, still is not so technically brilliant in a lot of ways, but it's where everybody cool hangs out, and everybody weird hangs out too, but that's another subject. So I have to get people to use this cool app because it's where the cool people are, and it's the only place that's going to actually allow me to benefit monetarily from being a part of that process. Because if you think about Facebook, Diane, it's worth, what is it worth these days? $70 billion? Crazy. Anybody ever seen Mark Zuckerberg in any of his interviews? Now you just know that winning personality is why there's a billion people on Facebook. He just went out, charmer that he is, with that hoodie and that debonair, attract people to him personality, and got everybody to want to be on Facebook. Obviously not. It was all of the people who knew the people who knew the people who knew the people that brought that value to Facebook. And I believe that the time has come to create something or spread the word about something, because goodness knows anything I created, I can't draw a stick figure with the aid of a ruler and can't spell internet. But if you create something that's cool and you're responsible for bringing the eyeballs and creating the community, why shouldn't you have the ability to profit from the community? And I think it's really exciting.
Totally.
It is.
And that's why I'm here. The question, I guess, for everybody watching is, why are you here, and what do you do with the knowledge that you currently have? Because in all of this frenzy and all this excitement and everything that's gone on in the last week, I'm sure that some people are kind of going, okay, I don't know that much. I don't know what to do. How do I do? What do I do? And I think we'd like to break that down for you, because that seems to be the number one question I'm getting of late. How about you, Jenny?
Yeah, it's getting the duplication, and people. I've had a few people ask me, how do I invite people? What do I do? Who do I invite? So it's about getting people to share it and just get them to take action, even if they really don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's good, because I come from the keep it simple, stupid school, or keep it duplicable, dummy. That's what I was brought up on, and it has served me very, very, very well. Kiss and kid. Kid and kiss, I think. And what we're doing here, this is about not about who you want to do business with. This is about who you're already communicating with. What would be the point of having a community if the only people in it were all people that were trying to get each other to have the ability to make money together? Nobody would be using it. We're building the next Voxer. Voxer currently, if you're in another part of the world, it may be a different one, but right now Voxer is pretty much the cool one. Voxer started few years ago, and what made Voxer unique in the world of communication apps, there was a big article written in Tech Time, and it said, Voxer goes viral. And it went on to talk about how unique Voxer was because it wasn't owned by one of the big companies with lots and lots and lots of money. It was just these guys that came together with a small startup company, and they got this great app that had gone viral. And that article was written in November 23rd of 2011. Today, those same guys would not have had the success they did, because the app world has become saturated and submerged. If you go to the iTunes store, there's 10 million apps. And today it is very, very, very expensive, not necessarily to develop an app, although that's pretty pricey too. But it's nothing compared to the cost of getting your app to be deployed, for people to download it and then become engaged users on it. So we've decided to use the tried and true method of relationship marketing to go ahead and spread the word about this app. Keyword being relationship. So if you were changing your phone number, Jenny, you would probably let the people in your phone know, right? Because those are the people you communicate with every day. I could mail out a list to everybody on the internet saying I changed my phone number, but since I'm not talking to them, any of them now, if all of them had my new phone number and I didn't give it to the people I actually talked to, I imagine my phone would never ring. Now, while that sounds good for a minute or two, it actually sounds pretty lonely. So what you do is very simple, because I think that everybody's confusing this. This is not pull. This is not pull people into advertising, into business with you like we've done in the past. This is inviting people to find out about something that's cool. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's inviting the people that you already communicate with to find out a really cool way to communicate with you. Kind of like Voxer. So the first people that you call, how many people are in your phone? And how many people are in their phones? And how many people are in their phones? Facebook wasn't driven by the big, huge marketers. They all made fun of it. Its growth was driven first by college students, then by high school students, and then by regular, everyday, normal people. And there's a method to that. There's a message in there. College students, young people, drive these trends. So in your phone, if you've got them, I'd start with them. But that's really, I mean, Diane and I have groups that are duplicating pretty well, and I haven't talked to that many people. I've talked to marketers that have talked to, 145 people, and it's, now they have 1,400. That's, so everybody's got 10. We're just going deep because we're talking to the people that you know. Because it's not up to you to decide whether they're going to want to participate and power up and play the game, or just be fans of the game, or even love the app. Our job is just to get them to look at it, download it, use it, and then the company's job takes over. Make it so much fun and so compelling with the gamification that they don't want to stop using it. That, and that they have people there they want to talk to, which would be you. So the way that this young crowd is doing it is basically calling, telling people, saying, I've got involved with something that's very exciting. It's going to be the future of communication and how communication is going to be marketed, giving power back to us. I can't tell you much. I know more about it, but I can't tell you because I'm under NDA. But I can get you an invitation. You can find out too. They send it to them. They say, are you in front of your computer right now? Great. Watch the first 2 videos. Oh, then when you're done with those videos, you'll see 5 invitations. Go invite 5 people to do exactly what you did in the exact same way. And then go back after you've invited those 5 people and those invitations have been accepted. It'll unlock a 3rd video for you, and you'll see how you might make money with this. So they're not focusing at all on money. They're focusing on building the community and then seeing where that might lead to financial freedom one day. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
And Jenny, that's what I love about it, is so many people are concerned when they get into the home business industry. They're concerned or worried about having to sell or having to present, or all the different things that are a little bit complicated to learn when you're first getting in the game. But here with Riplin, it's so much fun and it's so easy, and the system will be exposing people to the things we want them exposed to. So for me, it's just fun skipping around handing out apps to people. I mean, what could be better than that? And hanging out with cool people. It's just a win-win. It's too much fun.
Exactly, and the thing is that what I like about it too, it's not just for marketers. Regardless of what people think, this is for them, has mass appeal, because it's anyone that has any interest in social media. They've got Facebook friends. This is exactly what they need to be, getting into. They can easily have thousands of people in their Ripple by just, sending out 5 invites, then 5 more, and building it that way. You don't need to know anything about marketing. No way. You don't need to know a thing.
A lot of people say, well, what's the benefit of doing that now? Well, obviously, when all this comes to fruition, you want as many people as your Ripple as you can, because eventually everybody's going to be using this, we believe. and everybody will be able to communicate with everybody, but they'll just be in someone else's ripple if you don't build it first. And 5 who get 5 who get 5 who get 5, I think by the 10th level is like something like 9 million people, which is amazing. But to give you an idea of just how fast something like this can go, 3 days ago I found out that on the phone, if you have Facebook Messenger on your iPhone or on your Android, you have the ability to record messages rather than having to sit and and type them. And if you look at my bad eyes and my big fat fingers and the size of my phone, understand that this texting thing I don't love. Not like when I had my BlackBerry. The only thing that was good about a BlackBerry was you could feel the keys. And I discovered this because somebody turned me on to it. So I started sending voice messages to everybody's Facebook back office or Facebook email instead of typing because it was a lot faster. And across the board, everybody said to me, "How'd you do that audio? How'd you do that? How'd you do that?" Diane, you were one of them.
I was.
You can do it.
And everybody's now sending audio voice messages back to me, and I can only assume that the people that they're sending the audios to are asking them. So I have no doubt I started a little bit of a viral runaround with Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
But you know what? And it's convenient, and I love it, and I'm glad they have it. But they're never going to pay me.
Nope.
And they're never going to pay Diane, and they're never going to pay anybody else. And if I was able to track it, I would bet you just that this week. And it was sent to me by a friend of mine. And I said, "How could you not have sent this to me sooner?" And they're like, "Oh, I was running in an airport. It's the only time I use it." So because he's a casual user, he never really got it to me until he happened to be running through an airport. But I bet if we could track it, in 3 months, there'll be several thousand people that will be using it simply because I found it and started using it myself. That's the beauty of what we're trying to do. That's what's happening with Voxer. 250,000 people downloading it a day. Now, that took 18 months to get to that number, but that's 1.75 million people a week. And nobody is going to make any money there. Voxer is going to be worth billions, and nobody's going to make any money there. But people are enjoying it because they can walkie-talkie messages. So imagine what we can do without thinking about the biggest marketer in the whole world. It's just everybody you talk to would like to communicate with you better in a more convenient way, and everybody you talk to buys stuff. So if people are communicating on this and they buy stuff, someday in the Rippling ecosystem, there will be stuff that they want to buy. Whether they choose to just play games till that happens or they choose to monetize that, who cares? We just want the world talking on it.
And isn't that the coolest? You know, Lisa, you talking about that Facebook Messenger, it just kills me because I think about, I was, I started social media very early, and I think about the number of times I've done what you just talked about and started people onto something. And I've never gotten paid a dime for any of this stuff. I mean, how many people have I taught about video marketing? How many people have I taught about this or just given them ideas or concepts? Now we have a platform where all of us can just share and be paid for it.
Exactly.
It's exciting. So exciting.
Think about it. What we're on right now, Google Hangouts, is about the only thing that I feel is kind of an even. I feel like Google's done so much for me that the word of mouth advertising I give them, they've kind of earned. But everybody else, I think, should be sending us checks.
I think so. I mean, I think about some of the stuff I've done over the years. I should be, I should be getting checks all day, every day. So
amazing. And that's the thing. And that's what's really going to happen here. So I'm excited. Curtis is back. Did you want him so we could all sing or something?
Sing, okay. Right, yes, yeah.
His birthday.
We're all going to rap. No.
Curtis.
Hello.
Hey, Curtis. Happy birthday.
Thanks so much. Boy, she's right. You've really got that Spanish teacher.
She looks like she just looks
I feel so. I need to get a pair of glasses. I feel so unintellectual.
I know. You feel left out?
I know I'm with all the intellectual gals here, and I'm the dummy.
I never wear my glasses on camera. I don't know. It's just
You
a
look
cool.
phenomenal.
I can read the screen better if I have them on, so.
I just feel so comfortable. This is like family, kicking back with family with all you guys. So I just figured, what the heck? Let's just let's be us, right?
Yeah, but we're having fun, and we make jokes, but one of the reasons that this particular platform we're on is doing so well is because it does just let people be people and hang out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're going for with Rippling. And we believe we're going to get it done because communication, better ways to communicate, there's never been
Sure.
there's never been any there's never been a way to lose money at it, I think. I mean, people want to communicate and they want to communicate better. And ever since the first smoke signals, it just that people told people you could send messages that way, it just keeps getting better and better. And if you think about it, every new technology or way of communicating that's introduced may take a while to catch on. Lord knows I didn't ever want to be a texter. But at the end of the day,
me either.
it's just whether you adapt early or you adapt later as to, how much that can make a profit.
Let me grab my phone.
Oh, he's going to grab his phone.
Here's what I love, because, I have a tendency to do this while I drive with one knee. Of course,
Yeah, great.
If Lisa's in the car, yeah. I wanted to get this recorded so all the law enforcement agencies could just come pick me up now. I just not have to worry about it. He admitted it. Let's just go nail him now. And I got to tell you, it's so nice that now I just box like a fool. I just go, think, hello. I just say what I'm saying. I let go of the button. And I'm like, wow, I feel like a responsible driver. No, I'm just kidding.
Curtis, I could attach a microphone around your head, have both your hands on the steering wheel, and you would never be a responsible driver. He's a crazy driver.
I don't hit things. I occasionally get it, I have to take a pause with someone who shares with me what the numbers on the sign mean and how I seem to have missed them. But that's rare. Usually I
think it's a sad day when we define responsible driving as didn't hit anything today.
I didn't hit anything.
Dallas requires a little Avenger, a little, superhero kind of activity there. That Dallas traffic and the construction and everything is like crazy.
It's exciting for the people who are riding with me who I have a dull ride, but I don't actually hit things they just think I'm about to while they're screaming their head off. On that,
it's an easy
holding on tight.
No question.
It's cool.
It's funny. I just got off the phone with somebody who's had someone on from South America, and they kept trying to. They were having so much difficulty getting their head around this thing. I mean, it was just. I've looked at it. I'm still, something. This just can't be right. I mean, this. And I said, well, okay, let's think about it for a second. All we're trying to do is take this communication thing, but we're really going through a process where if you treat people with a little bit of dignity and respect, and just let them make up their own mind. I mean, right now, today, for the next 6 weeks, it's we know a secret you don't. Would you like to know? Yes or no? Click a button, sign an NDA. Okay, take a look, see what we see. And then you get an app for free. We're going to give that to everybody. Do you like it? If you love it, why don't you share it? Because you will anyway. And then, as we go, we're going to thank you for it. Just using it, you'll get points you can redeem one day, and that's value, and everybody loves it. And if you want to, not only points, we'll even let you share in the value you create. And he kept saying, it sounds too good. I said, no, actually, I think if we step back, it's actually pretty simple. It's just nobody's really done it. And somebody got to do it first. I think that's what it is.
And, I don't think it's complicating. The reality is, obviously, it's great and it's wonderful, and why hasn't it been done before? We've reached a point where now, no matter how good your app is, it's going to be one on the store shelf in the iTunes store or in the App Store, the Android store. At the beginning, every new app was exciting, and there weren't that many of them, and it was easy to get attention. And when you get to the point where your product doesn't really get noticed, or your application or whatever it is sitting on the shelf in the store, and you want people to get its attention, that's where this industry excels. Because you have the people factor, and nothing. I'll use some of the words I learned in my seminar with Mr. Bunch. People move the needle more than we've ever realized, and people can drive things around the world and transcend global barriers and generational barriers better than any marketing campaigns. And what I see here, I don't even talk about, because people will think I'm crazy. And I'm used to that in my career when I see what the future is going to be and people thinking I'm crazy. But we just need to go out, the people in your phone, the people that you're normally communicating with. What we're basically saying is, today, does everybody have a smartphone? Yes. To not communicate with people about the opportunity to get the next thing up in communication would be like you were telling us, I know you all have phones that are not attached to the wall, and you can talk when you're out on the beach, and you can talk in airports, and you can talk wherever you are because your phone is mobile today. But I think I want to stay at home and be attached to the wall. So of course it's going to be the people that you communicate with, because everybody wants to communicate in the most effective way possible. And it's just the right timing for someone who's got something to take out there to realize, if I go share the opportunity to create something big and share the rewards with the public, boy, what might we be able to do? And I'm excited. I'm trying not to show how excited I am, because I think it makes people a little crazy, because so many people have to understand every little thing and see every little thing manifest itself perfectly before they can get a concept. But if you just wrap your arms around it a little bit, I think you'll start to see that it isn't that hard to get. But there's so much that it can bring to us if we're successful.
In fact, this business person that I was put on the phone with, we were talking with in South America, when it started to sink in, he finally said, "I think I see it. In other words, it's just natural." I said, "Yes, that's it. All of it is natural. There's nothing that has to be forced. I have a secret you don't. Would you like to see it? Yes or no?" It's natural that people say, "Sure, I'd like to look behind the door." Great. Then we're going to give you this free thing. If you the human beings, what separates us from all other creatures on Earth? The way we can communicate. Okay? We are driven to communicate. So if you experience this awesome communication experience, what do? I just tell people. That's how everything went viral. That's just natural. It's going to happen. And then if you're loyal to something and they give you points and let you get free stuff with your points because they thank you for it, don't you appreciate them more? Yes, that's just natural.
Oh, that works, because gosh knows I haven't loved American Airlines for many, many years now, but I have so many frequent flyer miles and status. How am I going to fly with anybody else?
Exactly. Buy 8 sandwiches for my sub shop. I'll give you or 9. I'll give you the 10th one free. It's just natural. And then you get to make a choice. We want points only, or would you like points and money? Then instead of just casually telling people, why don't you tell people with intent? I'm really going to tell people. Okay. And he said, now I get it. Okay, I got it. All right, let's go.
So what are your thoughts, Diane? You're a master of this on the internet.
It's really very simple. I always, and I see people writing in on the chat about, discussing this with folks and everything. And the phrase I use is lose the agenda to achieve the outcome. I know so many people come down and they want to hear about a business opportunity. I know people want to hear about how to make money. I know people want to hear about all these things, and it's wonderful. And I want to make money all the time too. I love making money. I know you guys love making money. Jenny, I know you love making money a lot, right? But if we just let go of the agenda and we just share something cool with people, if we just share it because they're going to have fun and they're going to talk to their friends and family and people that they care about, and we know that it's going to be a good time for them, and we just let go of worrying about all that other stuff, what will happen is the other stuff will happen. And that's what I'm excited about. That's what moves me about this, is everything that people are challenged with, they don't have to be challenged anymore, because we naturally want to communicate, we naturally want to talk, and we naturally want to earn prizes and or money. That's what people rotate around. So if we give people the opportunity to hang out and have fun, and then they have a choice of which way they want to go, they just get to pick what makes them happy. And in the meantime, we have the best of the best in the industry putting together this stuff. I mean, I couldn't have come up with these gamification ideas. Guys, if you're hearing about gamification for the first time, all it is just like all the games on Facebook and everything, or on your iPad. You play games to get tokens or stars or rakes in Farmville or whatever, and people love them. They can't put them down. Well, what if your money-making mechanism now had that built in, and people couldn't stop playing on the thing that makes you money all day? And people couldn't stop sharing what makes you money all day. Hello? I mean, that's it.
Sure.
That's why I'm jacked up. That's why I think this is the most exciting thing I've seen in years. And to be here at the beginning, what more can we ask for? Jenny, what do you think? I mean, you've done a lot of different things.
Well, yeah. What I'm excited about is again the app itself, because so many different ways that we can communicate. I can be sitting there talking to someone in Jamaica on Skype and stuff like that. There's always, I'm excited to see it in an app and see what it can actually do, and how far more advanced that this can become. When you think you've got to the pinnacle, this can't get any better, along comes something else that's going to improve communication. So that, and a lot of people still in that little world where they think it's difficult to call outside of Australia or whatever, to call outside of their own country, yet it's so easy. It's so easy to communicate, around the world, and this is just going to be awesome. And I've got people in my Ripple in China and Sweden and Norway and all different countries. I don't know anyone in China, so I've got no idea where they've come from. So
Lisa, Djibouti, baby.
Oh, yes. Djibouti. I never knew it existed, and when I looked it up and found out where it is, if you're watching, we'll be coming to you via Hangout because it may be a lovely place, but the newspapers here have scared us about that part of the world. So we'll be sending you videos, beautiful videos.
It is pretty cool. I forget how many countries. I'm in like 77 countries or something already in 1 week. Isn't that crazy?
Well, it proves we really are.
I couldn't even name 77 countries.
Right?
Yeah, we are all only 6 people away from
The one thing I want to address, because I'm reading something in one of the comments, the app. The app will be competitive. I am not marketing this as that it will be, better than everybody else's app that's out there, because first of all, that's subjective, and second of all, people are always updating their apps. There's right now WeChat, which has 300 million users. There's Voxer that has 200,000 users downloading a day. There's Message Me, which just came on the market that has, that was the #1 download in iTunes for the last 4 weeks. There's 25 that I could name. And they do, some of them, they have commonality in what they do, and some of the things they do are different. But really, it's where are the people that you want to talk to, which is why I'm stuck with so many of them. Because I spent a lot of time in Asia, and they like one, and the internet marketers seem to favor Voxer, and the hedge fund young guns on Wall Street, they seem to favor Message Me. And when you have all those people in your world, they're telling you, my phone's going off, and I don't even know it's buzzing anymore. So I can't wait to bring them all to the one that makes sense to me. But what makes the app special is not that it's so much better than anybody else's, because that will change on a given day depending whose updates come down from their stores. That's like saying Sprint is better than AT&T or AT&T is better than T-Mobile. They all get you there, and they all have their detractors. But if everybody that I knew, well, there's an example. The reason Sprint is so big today, even though it did not start with a major carrier, is because they were the network that went out and let friends help friends, share with friends, share with friends, share with friends. And that is why they are really in the United States today, when it comes for value add and getting the biggest bang for your buck, they offer the best deals to the marketplace. And that's because they have a loyal base, because it was built with friends telling friends, or friends sharing friends, or whatever that program was called way back when. But they did something similar. So it's not that they were so much better than everybody else. They were just the place that the cool people that were going, they were the ones that shared that let the public grow them and share and rewarded the public back. And that's really what I see, is the community of it, because this app is a passport to the Ripple universe, similar to the way that Gmail was to the Googleverse. And Gmail wasn't a whole lot better than Yahoo's email or MSN's email. Google just knew what they wanted to do with it. They knew how to market it, and they knew how to take people from that passport into the Google world and to deliver a world that's pretty, exciting and forever changing. And that's kind of what we're looking at doing here, and we think we're off to a roaringly good start, because at this moment there's at least 150,000 people in the world that want to know what's next. And if you get 150,000 people in the world in a week to want to know what's next, you're on the right track. So
I mean, yeah. At one point we were talking to Terry, it was getting pretty close to where it was going to be. I think 150,000.
Well,
at one point it was like a person a second.
Well, at one point we stood on a stage, when Jonathan threw out the challenge a week ago, and the audience was trying to decide, and we finally settled on 100,000 people in 10 days. Could the group that was in that room, that group that really gets it, that 900 people that we had in Dallas that saw the big picture, turn into 100,000 people in 10 days? And I have to admit, I was glad we picked a number that was a stretch, but we all were kind of shaking 100,000 people in 10 days, and here we are 150,000 in 7.5. So there you go.
Yeah. Jenni, I think what we should do at this point is let people know. I know you have guests on the line, and I know I put something out real quick at the end, but let people know how to get a hold of you. If they would like to get an invite, how can they get a hold of you? You can click on the left to screen share if you want to put up a notepad and type in an email address or wherever they can get a hold of you right now so we can get invites into the hands of any of your guests. We definitely want to make sure.
Okay.
And then we
I
can
have
ask
actually a little page I quickly threw up, so I can put it in the chat here. Can you just tell me if you actually see it? Because I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So.
Okay,
Hold on, Jenni. Let me take this from this chat and transfer it to the one that they can see. Oops. Sorry about that.
Jenni, you know what I would do? I would put up the link. I would put up the link on your screen. I really would. Either that or give me the link and I can put it up. I just want to make sure everybody gets it.
Okay. So I'll just put it in your Skype then, because I don't know how else to get it. I can bring it up on the screen, but I don't even know how to share my screen. So
Okay, do this. Put it in the chat, or have Lisa send it over to me, and I'll put it up.
I'm trying, but every time it's in the chat from here behind the screen. But when I try to,
You can start there. There you go.
okay, well I think I got it. No, see, it doesn't hold. That's
because I don't know what.
Can you click on it?
Guys,
I can click on it.
Control C.
Copy. Hold on. I'm so technical here.
No, we're the technical monsters here.
Yes.
There it is.
Ta-da!
All right, so it's in the chat, but I'm gonna put it up here for a second, guys. I'm gonna share my screen for a second.
Perfect.
Wait, hang on a minute.
Oh, I could have done that. I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you meant.
So obviously I'm on the wrong thing.
Huh?
I could have shared the screen because I brought it up. I didn't realize what you meant. I apologize.
Okay, well, it's got a lot of characters here, so hang on a second. Give me one more second. I'm formatting and bringing the size down here.
Okay, the minute you said formatting, I couldn't have done that. Let's clarify.
Well, she has like JenniRyan.com/captured dashes. There's a lot of dashes in this and that. I would have preferred she had like JenniRyan.com/get the app or something quick and easy. This is a little more. If you had to type.
Well, while we're here,
page thing works.
Yeah, this is kind of free-formed, and I know that that's our style. Does anybody have any questions that they didn't feel were answered? Anything specifically you'd like to be covered?
All right. Let's do
Mel,
the screen
I know
share
it's
for
not
a second.
technical. It was all I could do to copy it. I apologize for not being technical.
Don't worry, I can't even see the chat.
Are you guys all seeing my screen right now?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We are.
Can you read that, or is it too small?
You can read that.
Well, I can read it.
Let's go.
No, I can read it. Yeah.
Okay, so JenniRyan.com, and send Jenni notes later and say, Jenni, make easy links. JenniRyan.com/capture.
Oh no, I should have shortcut
Thanks,
it. I
Mel.
should have shortcutted it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Capture. It's okay. That's okay. Or Jenni, give me an email address where they can reach you just in case.
Okay, it's Jenni, JENNI at JenniRyan.com. The reason I created that page, capture page, was people's emails were getting lost in my email inbox before, and I was just struggling to find them.
But at least this way they can email you if they have a challenge. They can email you, and you can send them the link directly to the page where you can capture them. It's Jenni.
There should be a way. There should be a way to put it in the chat, and they can click on it. But I just.
It's in there.
I tried, but it didn't work.
Well, it's in there, but it's not clickable. So what we'll do is we'll just take and copy and paste it. It's in there.
They can copy and paste it. Yep. And if you're invited by someone else, then obviously get back to them as well. So.
Yep, the only people that this was your event, Jenni, so I threw it on Facebook last minute. But most of the people I think that are on from Facebook are members of the team already. So, or if anybody's on our team.
Diane,
What?
there's a thing when you go to attendees where you can redirect attendees and you put it in there where it says
At
go.
the end,
That's why it didn't be clickable.
Yeah, I can send them to something at the end. So, Jenni, I'll send them to your page at the end. But if I click go, we're going to have a problem. So at the very end,
Okay.
when we're done, I can redirect everybody, and boom, everybody will go there. And this window will flip to there. Isn't that pretty snazzy, Lisa?
Oh, it's so incredibly
Fancy
cool.
function.
Fancy function.
It is a very fancy function.
Oh,
It's a fancy function.
and everything.
It's the double R function.
Dan, do you want to share with everybody the team website, the oil technology, until we get these other things up that we're communicating with?
Do you mean the
email
to
address?
send them to the list, or what are we doing?
Yeah, the list until the site gets up. I put it in the chat.
Yeah, the site should be up.
I lost you.
I wish I could see the chat.
I don't know why you can't, Jen.
Did she?
Lisa, where do you
I
want
don't
me
know
to
why I
send
can't
them?
either. It's weird.
Lisa, where do you want me to send them?
No, just MVP Team Ripple at aweber.com. And once we have the site up, there'll be an opt-in box, and that should be the middle of this week.
Lisa, say it again. MVP team.
MVP Team Ripple at aweber.com. And Mr. Weber only has one B in his name. aweber.com.
Guys, if you want to get on Curtis and Lisa's team newsletter, we're going to put that in the box. MVP, my most valuable player, MVP Team Ripple at aweber.com. I even need to move over to that list. And if you send an email to that address, just blank email, you don't have to write anything. And if you send a blank email, it will put you on the team training and newsletter so that you know everything that's going on from Lisa and Curtis, direct from the source over there, which is awesome.
Yeah, and there is something exciting that is going on tonight, actually, or in the morning over there. A few last minute will come out, but since you're all
I was
here,
actually going to wave Toodles and come over here because Diane, Jenny, and some of the key folks were going to be sending some information. We're doing one of those U.S.-based Midnight Madness calls. It's going to be 11:30 Central. Brian Underwood, the CEO, is going to be on with us, and we're going to have a lot of the top leadership and some folks who are having some success. And it's going to be really just a comfortable, casual 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and it'll be recorded. But it's just going to be let's get a perspective from the CEO. Let some folks who are having great success building their ripples just kind of talk, comment, give some insights. We're going to try and get that college student, Mitch. After all, when you're in college, you're not supposed to sleep anyway, and he's heading into finals, so he shouldn't. He's not supposed to be sleeping, so he should be at least taking a few minutes and sharing how he went from 0 or 20 friends who had heard about it but weren't involved yet to almost over 6,000 folks in his Ripple in just 7 days, not knowing anything about anything, and how he did that. So it'll be a good call. That'll be at 11:30 p.m. Central Time U.S., and I'm sending out to all the key folks, and they just go poof, and then Jenny can send it to everybody. So if you've got your communication with Jenny, then she can just forward that on to you. And you can dial in. It's a phone bridge in the U.S., but it's got a Skype connection built into it. So from anywhere in the world, you can just type in the phone number area of Skype, just type join conference and click, and it will take you right into the bridge. Then you enter the passcode, and you're in with Skype. And there are local dial-in numbers, and I believe Australia is one of the markets. They've got local dial-in numbers throughout the U.S., and I think UK and Australia actually have local dial-in numbers, and you can connect to the bridge. And then there's also, we have the capacity for 500 on the bridge and 3,000 to attend and watch via web link. So they can watch on web link and just listen in anywhere in the world via the web link.
That's cool.
So we're going to get that out, and it was just one of those mad rush, fire brush rush kind of things. Just throw it out there, but since we'll record it and post it on the site as that goes up in a couple of days.
Cool.
What time is that Eastern? I only understand Eastern.
12:30 Eastern.
12:30 Eastern.
So it should
Okay.
be 3 3.75 hours from now, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30.
Yeah.
So 3
Okay.
3/4 hours from now, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I only understand
by the
Eastern.
way-
When you start talking Central, I don't understand.
I'm going to move over here, and I'm actually
Thanks,
going to
Curtis.
send that email.
Happy birthday, Curtis. Hey, guys,
Thanks.
before we go, I want to answer one question I see. Somebody's asking, when do we see the app? They have yet to see the app. Guys, we're in the pre-launch period. We're building the community, the Rippling community right now, and we're inviting people to be among the first to have access to the app. That's what going through this process is. So if you go to Jenny's page and opt in, she'll get back to you with the invite. You get to watch those videos, and you will be among the first to get access to the app and be able to download it when it comes out. So that's how you get access to the videos. It sounds vague, but there's a reason for it. This is proprietary information, so you have to get that information from Jenny. She'll give you the invite. You fill out a form, you sign it saying that you're going to be a good kid, and then you can watch those first 2 videos. You will get 5 invitations. You can invite 5 people, and then you get to see the 3rd video. So that information is inside, you know, the invitation that Jenny would send you. If you don't have one, guys, there's nothing to lose. Worst thing that happens is you don't want the app. That's the worst thing that happens. So that answers that question, hopefully. Did I do that right,
well,
Lisa?
You did that right. You did that awesome. Are we good?
Okay,
Yeah,
I think we're good. I can't read the chat, so I've got no idea if there's questions, but you guys have got that monitored. So,
Jenny, I'll catch you right after this. I'll give you the attendee list and the registration list and everything else, so you know who was here in case anybody had trouble getting a hold of you. Guys, definitely, if you were invited here by Jenny or anybody on her team, definitely get with them. You really want to see these videos. You really want to get on the inside. And if nothing else, you want to be part of this team and get access to Lisa and Curtis. You know, we didn't go through all their credentials, and we're not going to tonight, but let me tell you, if there's anybody that knows how to make money in this industry, that's these people, and that's why I'm aligned with them, because they are masters, and I'm talking masters, and I'm very excited to be working with them, and I'm very excited to be working with Jenny. We've known each other for years, and it's finally time that we had an incredible project to do together. So looking forward to meeting all of you guys and getting to know all of you that are involved, and looking forward to coming to Australia. You're my great home people.
Me and you both.
it's about time you Americans came to Australia.
I've been twice.
Oh, you've been twice. Well, there you go. You're off the hook
Melbourne
now.
for 3 weeks while I was growing a business there, actually, and I did a 5-city tour.
Oh.
What's the 5th city? The one that's like far away, but there's 5 major cities. And there's one that's,
Perth. Do you mean Perth?
Perth is this way, but up.
Brisbane?
Brisbane, no.
No.
I don't remember.
So at the top,
The one
Darwin.
it was the one that was like the 5-hour plane ride, because all the rest were kind of jumping around, but that one was 5 hours from Melbourne, I think.
Close. Right. It must be Darwin. It'd be Darwin, or
Thank you.
it's in one of the bigger states.
Yes.
Yeah. Darwin. You've been there. I haven't even been there yet.
Oh, I was all over doing, you know, from city to city to city during a tour. I love Australia. My favorites were Melbourne. I love Melbourne, and I love the Gold Coast.
I'm coming. I've just decided.
Good.
So hurry up, people. Build your ripples so I can come visit. We'll do a great training.
Yeah, definitely. Would love to have you here. Awesome. Well, thank you
Okay,
guys.
guys.
Thank you for sharing tonight, and I'm excited to let's get everyone ripping. Everyone's ripping. That's what they're calling it. So,
Brooklyn.
Lisa, we'll see you
yeah.
later on tonight. We love
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
jump.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And Jenny, thank you for having me. And we're excited to see everybody. And if you guys need anything else, get back with Jenny. She can get you in touch with either one of us if we're needed at all. We look forward to seeing you guys soon.
thanks, guys. Bye.